Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you to do the inner work, heal yourself, and create the life that you truly want to live. This is today's tarot. It's for all signs, and it's for Friday, the 23rd of August, 2024. I hope you're doing well. I have a membership on my channel now. You might see a join button down there. If you don't see it, then just go on a different browser. Have a look, you'll see it. But you'll get invited along to private members-only lives where I'll be giving readings for you if you catch me. Would love to have you as part of that. Now let's see what's in the energies today. We've got the richness within, which is often about abundance. Abundance is within us. And I used to hear that and think, no, it's not. The money's out there, right? But what abundance is within means is we can convert things to money, right? So you can think of it like your time can be converted into money, right? Your efforts, your body, the physical things that you can do, your ideas can be converted into money. These are all things that are inside of us, right? These are all resources that we have. That's why we have abundance within. It's not some kind of magical thing. It's actually the resources that we've got, the things that we can do, and if you can find a way to share those resources that you've got with more people, if you serve more people, you get more abundance. It's as simple as that. Sunlight after darkness. So things could be coming good with your abundance with this. You could be on track to sharing something that you can do. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps you're helping out other people in something that comes easily to you, and together you can create a lot of abundance. Could be something like that. Could be you've got expression, express yourself, and patience. So talks could be difficult, perhaps not being fully understood yet, but it's okay. Be patient. You'll get it in the end, or you'll be able to communicate yourself better in the end. Communication issues won't always be the case, is what I'm hearing. Optimism and stillness. So yeah, just be optimistic. It's communication. It can be just like the biggest human problem, right? If you think about it, it's pretty much cause of every problem, isn't it? In relationships, wars, anything that goes on tends to be breakdown in communication, or people just not talking to each other, just not communicating with each other, not even bothering to listen to each other, or, to express themselves, because generally, if we talk, things can get sorted out, because it's generally not what our ego is telling us. Very rare that what our ego is telling us is true. Let's get some tarot out. Let's play with tarot. One of my favorite things to do. Oh, 3. Okay, the 4 of Pentacles. Holding your energy back, keeping it to yourself. Saving, that kind of thing. We've got judgment, a judgment call, the decision. We also have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is about protecting yourself. And then we've got the sun, the moon. Oh, the sun and the moon together. How about that? And then the Page of Cups. Now, the sun and the moon together, I'm finding this energy very interesting. Page of Cups is about the fantasy. It's about positive thinking. It's a good thing. And the sun and the moon are like polar opposites in a way, but it's good that they come together. You know how I was just talking about communication? The sun and the moon can be seen as the feminine and the masculine as well, but it doesn't have to be. But it's like opposites, but they're not real opposites. They can be seen as opposites, but they're not. So I feel like this is saying positive thing, and we'll see what the other cards come out with it. But there seems to be opposites, but you're not opposite at all. Generally, when we have issues with other people, and I'm not seeing big issues here, I'm just saying that there's a problem with communication that might be highlighted today. We're more similar than we think, and we don't want to hear that, especially when we're in our ego. We don't want to hear that at all. It's like, you know what you're accusing them of? You're doing exactly the same thing, and you're just like them. That's the last thing we want to hear when we are reacting. But it's true. And men and women aren't polar opposites. We're not. We're very similar. 4 of Pentacles. So, holding your energy back or saving or something like that. Oh. They told me to take them all. They're making me work for this reading. Okay, Ace of Materials. Got something to do with the seed that you've planted. I think with somebody. The Four of Voices, you need to rest. Don't do so much. Ten of Materials, this is something for the long term. So if it's something for the long term, it's going to be built slowly. Best things are built slowly. Don't need to rush anything. The Six of Emotions, the past. Queen of Inspiration, you've been like go-getter, get it done, I get shit done kind of thing. The Four of Inspiration, solid foundations. So hold your energy back. This is saying that you don't need to do too much. I'm surprised that the Ten of Wands didn't come out as well. Don't take all the burdens on, but that's not the guidance here. It's not about not taking all the burdens on. It's just saying, look, you are Queen of Inspiration. You've got a lot going for you. You can get shit done. We know. And you've done that in the past and created solid foundations for things by rushing, but you don't need to rush. You can relax about this one. Ace of Materials, Ten of Materials, it's fantastic energy. Whatever you're doing now is going to be there for the long term. And like I said, like the best things, they take time, and it's okay to go slow and you don't need to rush. Whenever we're rushing, it's because we're afraid. We're afraid it's going to slip through our fingers, or you know, it's not going to happen. So we've got to rush, we've got to grab it, you know, and it's not good energy when we do that. And so when you get that rushy feeling, take a nap instead or go for a walk on the beach. Reunion of Souls is behind that. So other people can do stuff too. Judgment. Got a decision to make. Oh, so many cards. Okay, you got a decision to make. Awakening. Five of Materials. You said no, but you got to open up your heart. The Five of Emotions and the Devil. See where your fears are at. We had this energy yesterday as well. So your fears have you wanting to close down. That's what happens to us. We want to close down. It's because of our fears. Well, become aware of it, says the Awakening card. Make your decisions not based on the fears, not based on you wanting to shut down. Feel that fear and wanting to shut down. Well, feel that wanting to shut down or say no, I mean, draw a boundary or something like that, and then go, you know, is what fear is behind this, and yeah, perhaps open up instead. I mean, not if it's a legit boundary, you know, but if it's a fear boundary, it's going to be working against you. Letting go is behind that. There's something to let go of. After all of the readings over the last few years about teaching us about boundaries and all of that, boundary up and start saying no and look for the red flags and all of the things that the guys have been saying over the last few years, especially last 6 years. It's been all about that. Now it's all about start opening up again. You're safe now. You got this. You got this. You learned your lessons. Seven of Wands. You can protect yourself, right? You can protect yourself. Knight of Voices and move forward swiftly. You can protect yourself and do that at the same time. You can move forward and protect yourself. You've got this. So when we are learning boundaries, first of all, we realize, oh my God, I was completely unboundaried. I need to like keep to myself completely because I can't trust myself. That's what we do first of all, and we become a hermit. And that's a really important phase to go through when we're processing it all and we're learning. It's like, oh, I did this and I did that. But then that is like hospital, right? But you don't live in hospital. You come out of hospital and then you start living in real life again. And to be able to do that when we've been in that hermit mode of that's like a complete boundary to the world, isn't it? When we realize we've had no boundaries, we have a complete brick wall in front of us. We go into hermit mode. While we learn how to have individual boundaries when it's required, and then learn to trust ourselves. We put ourselves out there again. Trust ourselves to be able to put those little boundaries in place when required so we can protect ourselves, so we can be out there, open, generous with people, open, allowing them to do stuff with us. But as soon as someone does something that is, you know, giving us reason to create a boundary or have a boundary with them, trusting ourselves that we'll do that now. We won't just acquiesce. We won't just let them push us around and be nice to them and people please, right? You got this. You got this. So it is about trusting yourself in order to like get out there again. Knight of Voices is a woman on a mission card or man on a mission card. Home and forgiveness. Yeah, and forgiving everyone. Forgiving everyone, especially at home. Family, people that were like very close to you that helped you learn about boundaries. Because if you look back when you were completely boundaryless, was that their fault? How were they supposed to know that they were stepping over a boundary of yours? not everyone has got the same boundaries. Something that might trigger you doesn't trigger me. Not everyone has got the same boundaries, even though you look online and you think that people do, because there seems to be like the politically correct police out there at the moment going, no, like everyone should do this because everyone is triggered by this. And it's not true. Not everyone is triggered by stuff. So we've got this interesting thing going on here, the sun and the moon and the page of cups. So you're not opposites. You thought you were opposites, but you're not. Two of materials. It's a juggling match. You know what I'm getting from that? I'm getting like a karmic thing. It's a juggling match. Well, how can the universe teach two people that have got like similar but opposite, similar but seeming opposite lessons to learn? Put them both together. Get them to show each other. It's why the empaths end up with narcissists to learn boundaries. What is it for the narcissist? Don't care. That's up to them. Like really, I stopped concerning myself with that because it's a huge distraction concerning ourselves with what's the other person getting out of it though? Because it's them that really needs to learn and not me. Well, that is absolute ego BS. Now, we got to learn from it. And we learn boundaries. We do. So, yeah, forgiveness is a big aspect of today for sure, too, because of that. And you're not the opposite of them. Very similar lessons. New beginnings are behind that. Sounded like Yoda then, didn't I? New beginnings is behind that. Well, new beginnings is good because it seems like you could be getting to the end of this whole lesson journey. And like I said, the guides have been going on about boundaries for like 6 years now. So it could be a long time that you've been learning this. And it does take a long time to practice that stuff, especially when we've had it ingrained to be, you know, perhaps you were groomed to be abused too, you know, just put up with things and be people pleaser and all of that kind of thing and take responsibility for everything and have no boundaries and just get pushed over and be a doormat and all of those things. Years and years and years and years of that, especially if it started at a young age, that takes a lot of time to unlearn and to learn new ways of being. It's like you're a different person once you've got boundaries. You can truly be yourself and comfortable in that because you can trust yourself. Well, what about love lives? For our singles out there, love lives, please. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. This one keeps on coming out, doesn't it? Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. You deserve it all. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Especially if you've been learning all these lessons as well, because you'll be coming out into the world now, if this is applying to you. Completely different person and opening up. You'll have a lot more contacts with people. People will be more drawn to you when you're open like that. Relax and speak your world into being. Tell the universe what it is that you want. Not just in romance, but in everything. What is it that you want now? And relax about it. You don't need to force it to happen or do it like the masculine way. Not really masculine way, but the doing paradigm. Really, you just want to be, right? And you'll attract the right person rather than like dating apps and all of that. I mean, you might meet someone through a dating app. I'm not saying that don't do that stuff, but when we try and make something happen, it's like, well, I could meet people through this way, this way, this way, so I'm going to do all of those things. It's a lot of doing, and you don't need to do that. Like, that's the hard way. The easy way is with the universe. With the universe's help and trusting that. So, daydream, be hopeful and of true love. Sweet. Daydream and be hopeful about true love showing up in divine timing. What else? Naivety was a problem in the past. Is it now, or have you learned? You're not naive anymore. Not a pushover anymore. Yeah, look at that. The problem is like a mismatch. And perhaps you were naive to that and you weren't looking properly at whether someone was a match for you. You just try to make it like jam those puzzle pieces in even though it doesn't fit. You know, we've all did that when we were a kid, didn't we? We got a puzzle picture and we were like, it didn't really fit, but like start pushing it in because you want it to, you know, they must have made a mistake because all the other pieces are in place and this last piece doesn't fit. So yeah, don't do that with people. We've got true love and enjoyment. So it's going to be really nice and flowy and good. Again, hope, daydream of true love. Believe in true love again. Because you might have, like me, become a little bit jaded by it all. And we become jaded by it all when we are like trying to make it happen, right? Dating. Ugh. Dating in 2024. Are you kidding me? That's enough to make anyone jaded. Worse than jaded. Instead, we can like daydream of it and trust the universe. If you think about it this way, if you're having like a hard time dating, it's like, well, that's not in the flow then, is it? And your person, the one that's aligned with you, is probably having a hard time with it too, and they're probably out of that game as well, going like, ugh, not doing this. Success. Broken bone, a wish will not be granted. Something you're asking for isn't going to be granted. Perhaps you're not asking what is for truly best for you. We've got clouds, temporary problems, and a cup. You should accept valid criticism. You see, there's that card, and the message there with that sun and the moon card is like, you're actually just the same as them. Like, really? You're actually just the same of them. And when you can see that and see your part in choosing them, even though it might appear that you're opposite, you know. Well, think of a yes or no answer question. I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag, and I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for our answer. But it's just a bit of fun. This is a general reading, not a personal reading. But if you want a personal reading, you're very welcome to book yourself in on my website, behealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. And I get them out within 24 hours. I've got 3 specials on at the moment, $30 off, full moon readings, new moon readings, and energy healings. Energy healing is like a reading healing. Very specific to your energies at the moment. It's different every single time, so I can't really explain what it's like, but it's guided by your higher self and your guides. Yeah. Your guides, all kinds of beings can come in on it and often do, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just me connecting with your energy. Totally dependent on what it is that you need at the moment, or what your guides tell me you most need at the moment. Anyway, how best to deal with these energies today? The Queen of Swords comes up. Now, the Queen of Swords, yes, she's all about boundaries and all of that, but look, she's got a higher perspective now, right? She's floating on something, so she's way above it now, and she can see clearly because of it. So she's got some clarity, this Queen of Swords. She's not just about boundaries. She's got is that an owl in her hand? It might be. It's like she's got wisdom now, I think, and a new perspective. So higher perspective, especially about boundaries and closing down. Okay. Think of yes or no answer question now. Your answer is, it's really hot. Yes, go for it. It's been yes for ages. It's about 35 degrees. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment, that really helps me out. And consider clicking that join button down there as well. Become a member. I would love to have you as part of that. In fact, I might do one right now. I might do a live for the members right now. I think I will. Catch up with them. Well, have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.